Okay, so today we're talking about how to write a book when you have an undefined throat center. These are just going to be some general tips because I don't know what kind of book is being written. I'm also not an author, so I'm not getting any specific book writing tips. But from a human design perspective, there are a few things that I think would be very helpful if you are writing a book and you have an undefined throat. So, hello, my name is Ebony. If you are new here, I'm a human design reader, expert, and coach. So, number one, and I cannot express this enough, okay? Get into your environment. In the comment, you mentioned that your environment was mountains. I think you said it was passive mountains. Or maybe it was mountains. I know that for sure. So with the mountains environment, this is about being elevated, like spatially, physically being on an elevated plane. So this could be like a rooftop, it could be a high balcony, it can be the highest point on a level surface. Like if you I don't know, if you're at a park and there's a hill, right? That could be a type of mountain. Getting into your environment is going to be really good for your brain. I mean, for your body, not your brain. Well, it will also be helpful for your brain. But to just anchor yourself into your best environment is going to be really good to help you focus. It's going to be really good to make your body feel at home, which will make it a lot easier for you to actually connect with what's going on around you and use that to write your book. It can also keep you from getting stressed out. It can keep you from like pressuring yourself or getting caught up in your head, because when you are in the best environment for you, like physically in your body, things just kind of click into place. Like you feel this sense of just overwhelming peace, especially if you're a manifester. But even like as a generator, for me, I find that I'm the most satisfied when I can be in my specific environment, which is shores, which is why I spend so much time at the beach. But that's neither here nor there. So I would say get into your environment. Yeah. I think you also mentioned that you were a generator. So write when you're excited to. Okay, because forcing yourself to sit down and write when you are not excited to write is not going to help your book get done faster. It's not going to help your book get done faster. It's just going to frustrate you, and that's not what we want. But if you wait for yourself to be excited, if you wait for yourself to be lit up, you could probably write the whole book in a matter of weeks, days, depending on how long the book is. But that is the power of your defined sacral when it's being used in alignment. So you really want to make sure you want to tap into your sacral center and ask it, are we excited to write right now? Are we excited to write today? Or am I forcing myself out of fear, right? When you have an undefined throat, it can be very helpful to have people around you to lend you their voice, right? So people who either have gates that define your throat or people who just have a defined throat in general. It can be really good to have them around you, or go to like a coffee shop or a library and go like at the very top floor of the library, right? Getting really high up in the building. Inviting people to just kind of sit with you while you write in a high altitude place, right? Those are, just getting yourself around people who have that defined throat center energy, so you can kind of pluck it from them. You can feel that energy. Yeah. This is about motivation, because I think you mentioned your defined centers in the comment as well. Lean on your solar plexus and your heart for motivation. So how would it feel to get this book done, right? Do you actually desire to get this book done? So when you're trying to motivate yourself to do something, to write, you want to lean more on the feeling, and you want to lean more on your actual desire to get the book done, right? You don't want to lean on force. You don't want to lean on pressure. You don't want to lean on stress to help you get it done. It will be a much more seamless and painless process when you lean on your defined centers for motivation rather than things like stress. Yeah. And then just in general, don't put pressure on it, because the moment you put pressure on something, your sacral center is going to just be like, that doesn't sound like fun. right? Because pressure in itself is not fun. It's not a fun thing to experience. So the more you can keep it light, the more you can keep it just like, oh, this is something I want to do. Or, oh, this is something that feels right for me to do. This is something that I'm excited to do, right? The more that you're going to find yourself being able to get the thing done, to write the book, because you're not putting all that extra on it. You're not putting all that pressure, right? Because our bodies don't like pressure. It doesn't. And as much as we like to think that pressure helps our brains, it actually does not. So those are my tips. Hope this was helpful. Again, if you are interested in my Restful Hustle Academy, the link will be in my description box. I would love to have you in the program, and I will see you in the next video.